Hey, good evening, everybody. I made it home from work, finishing up getting everything set up. West Central Missouri, you guys are not. We don't have anything going on here in West Central Missouri outside of a severe thunderstorm watch for Pettis, Johnson, Henry, Bates, and Cass. Um, we're really expecting this line, as I posted earlier today. We're really expecting this line, once the sun sets, to really weaken. But with the sun being up right now, and there's already been reports of funnel cloud, tornadoes on the ground, 3-inch hail. So these are really packing a punch up here in eastern Kansas right now. And again, we're really not expecting these things to hold together as they go into the state line. There's a possibility that we might see in parts of West Central Missouri maybe a strong wind gust, maybe a hail report here in Johnson, Pettis, Henry, and Bates and Cass counties. But I'd say as this continues to slide to the southeast, we start losing the heat of the day, and these storms will gradually weaken just a little bit. But until then, I am going to be watching this area up here close to Kansas City. I know there's a lot of people who commute back and forth. They get off here in the next 30 minutes to an hour and be driving home. So we also have our Clinton Cardinals baseball team that is actually up in Oak Grove. We'll be kind of watching this line of storms as it gets a little closer for our friends that might have kids playing ball up here in Oak Grove. The time frame right now, these things are not going that fast. I still expect it, somewhere in the 10 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning time frame. These things will likely begin to slow up a little bit. So right now, can anybody hear me? I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. If you would throw out a text, let me know you can hear me. Okay. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. I saw Elizabeth put on there she couldn't hear me. I just wanted to make sure everything was up and going. So, I do have the National Weather Service chat up and running. We're watching this storm. This is the strongest cell that we have out there right now along this line. And it's to the northwest of Olathe, west of Smithville, west of Green Valley. It is currently moving at, let's see here, 25 miles per hour. So that's the reason why we've got, this thing is going to take a while for it to get over into West Central Missouri. So right now, that tornado warning for Jefferson County, Shawnee County, Douglas County, in East Central Kansas right now. So that's the strongest one on the board right now, is this cell right here. But we're watching for any other development. There's severe thunderstorm warning up here in just west of Atchison. So we do have some people in our room here that are commuting from Atchison. So we're kind of keeping an eye on this storm for them too. And of course, these storms, they're all the way up here into northwest Missouri, where they've been hit very hard over the last 4 days. Maryville was under a tornado warning earlier. It has been downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning. So we zoom all the way back out. We've got warnings stretching from central Iowa all the way down into the very South Texas. So this is going to be associated along a dry line that we're watching very closely. Okay, so I've had 2 people so far say they can't hear me. So Joyce and who else did we have? Elizabeth. You guys both had said you can't hear me, so just I think everybody else can hear me. Yeah, you might need to refresh the stream. Excellent. Thanks, David. So again, for West Central Missouri, guys, nothing had changed. So, and let me bring this up and throw what I posted earlier. Nothing has really changed in West Central Missouri. We're really not expecting much of the way of severe storms. Now, this has been, this line of storms here has, it wasn't necessarily expected. It's been it has overperformed, I should say. Expecting some severe thunderstorms up here in northwest Missouri. We talked about that last night, as well as up here in Iowa, and from points from about Kansas City north. But I don't think we was expecting this good solid line of storms like we have. But we did heat up to, I had 86 degrees today. And we have dew points up there in the upper 60s. So I think we just kind of overperformed out here to our west. So that's kind of the reason we're kind of keeping an eye on these storms tonight. And of course, for our friends up here around Kansas City, for some of the members in the room that are going to be traveling, heading home after the 7 and 8 o'clock shifts. So want to make sure everybody is protected on their way home. We have Clinton Cardinals baseball in Oak Grove tonight. So we'll have a bus load of local kids, and I'm sure other schools around the area are also in the same boat with traveling youngsters heading, playing some baseball. So Monica, would it still be that strong and a warning when it gets over Missouri? We're not expecting it to, Monica. We're going to be keeping a close eye on it as we go through the evening, and this is going to be one of these scenarios again that is going to be kind of a come and go. Obviously, nothing imminent is here in West Central Missouri. We're probably still a good 3-4 hours away from something coming here into West Central Missouri. I'd say probably about the earliest would be probably 8:39 at the earliest, more likely around the 10-11 o'clock time frame. And these storms are expected to subside and weaken a little bit once that sun goes down. So really till about 8:30, these things, and I'm already starting to see some weakening of the storms out here in eastern Kansas. So there's a chance this line might almost totally dissipate by the time it gets over to the state line. But we're gonna be watching this closely. What direction are they moving? Well, they're moving east, kind of an east-southeast direction. So up here in Smithville, you're really gonna be wanting to pay attention to any storms that form right in here. You want to keep an eye on this Atchison storm, and around here, these storms are going to be moving this direction. A little bit south, more east than south, but south-southeast, I guess, if you want to call it. So let's go ahead and we can put a timestamp on these. We'll go ahead. They're moving very, very slowly. So they are moving east, but if you notice, this cell is moving southeast. This cell now just south of Atchison is moving northeast. So we do have some right turners, and we also have some that are turning to the northeast. So if you're in Smithville or Lawson, really Leavenworth, Kickapoo, in this area right here, you're going to be watching for any storm developments up here to your northwest. That's going to put it right now, Tim, in Smithville at 802. So that's for this particular cell right here, really the stronger of the two. It's moving east-southeast. So, but we'll have to watch for any further development along this dry line up here. That's Smithville at 802. As far as this cell here, that is really the dominant cell out here, just north of Topeka. We also have some friends down here in Lawrence going to school, so this is definitely a concern. East at 20. This is just barely trucking. So with this tornado warned storm, you can expect to start seeing some implications from this storm. Let's see here. Midland 723, Lawrence at 730. So Lawrence at 730. We have Linwood at 755, Basehor at 805, DeSoto at 809, Bonner Springs 815, Edwardsville 825, Loma Vista 828, and Lenexa at 833. So if you take a look here, total population 261,000 people are in the path of this very, very strong cell out here just northeast of Topeka. So we're keeping a very close eye on that right now. Let's take a look at the velocity signature here. So very, very strong rotation right now just south of Meriden. Just west of Lake Ridge, and this is northeast of Topeka. So very strong signature right now, just northeast of Topeka. Marcy, I can check on that. Let me look on YouTube real quick. I don't think I can do that midstream. I'm just scrolling through some National Weather Service chat here. They put a time frame from the National Weather Service, 7:30 to 8 p.m. for the west loop of I-435, 8:15 to 8:45 for the Independence area based on the current speed. And of course, you know, if we get a couple storms that should happen to merge together, they will pick up the speed. So they likely will not just stay at 20 miles per hour through that whole time. Don't mind the dog. Probably somebody out there walking. He's a heck of a guard dog. So again, for the rest of West Central Missouri, we are expecting a few thunderstorms this evening, but we are kind of under the general consensus that this line of storms that I had posted earlier in the day that we'll be watching will likely weaken as after the sun has gone down this evening. We're still going to be watching to see if there happen to be any little renegade storm mission. To answer your question you sent me as far as what is a renegade storm, it's basically just you have a broken line of storms that are relatively weak, and then you get one that is for whatever reason is picking up and is the strongest one out of the bunch. And that's kind of like what we're seeing right now. So this one right here is what, you know, it's a powerful supercell right now. It's the strongest cell out of 200 some odd miles. So be definitely watching this one storm. But kind of the good news is that this line is not near as impressive as it was an hour ago. So it's actually, believe it or not, it's outpacing this front over here. Here is the front low pressure system. These storms are forming along a dry line, and they're racing out ahead of it. They're getting away from the better ingredients, and they're kind of falling apart. And that's kind of what we're expecting tonight as this line continues to move off to the east into West Central Missouri. But here we go. We got a renegade cell out here just northeast of Topeka that right now has a radar indicated tornado. There is still a tornado warning out for the next 27 minutes. So we'll be watching that for members of the room that might have some students down at the KU University, as well as family members around the Kansas City area. So they allowed that severe thunderstorm warning to expire, the one that was down here southeast of Atchison. So right now we'll just be watching them to see any signs of strengthening, but right now they've really weakened here over the last 15-20 minutes. So Right now, no imminent threat for Leavenworth, Smithville, Plattsburgh, Platte City, Kickapoo. All this right now is just a garden variety thunderstorm. Not even much lightning associated with it either. Thanks, Marcy. Yep, that's old Norman, Bill. Yeah, I think somebody sneezed outside walking down. He didn't like it. KCK? Yeah, I think that's Bonner Springs. This thing is still moving at a snail pace. 18 now. So it might be 8 o'clock in the morning when it hits you over at KCK. This thing is just barely. I think I might be able to personally outrun this storm. Put a timestamp of the heaviest part of this storm here. Of course, so it's showing Bonner Springs about 8:13. UMKC campus, KC Plaza. Well, our hope is kind of what we're expecting. We're expecting this line of storms to really weaken by the time it gets over here to Kansas City and the state line. So right now, matter of fact, the area is not even under a tornado warning. It's under a severe thunderstorm watch, which tornadoes can and often form out of a severe thunderstorm. However, their rationale for putting a severe thunderstorm watch instead of a tornado watch is that the ingredients are better for tornadoes out here in Kansas. So their thinking also is that these things will weaken as they continue to push off to the east. So again, here across the state line, guys, I'm really not expecting a whole lot of severe weather out of this. I think probably the most concerning aspect of it would be to have more rainfall that could aggravate the local streams and rivers that are finally beginning to go down. Roads are becoming passable again, so any additional rainfall with the ground being soaked and all the rivers going bank full, any rainfall is gonna aggravate it. So that's really our biggest concern tonight. It's going to be any additional rainfall. Hi, Sidra. 2 miles east of World of Fun. Yep. Well, this thing going 18 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. I mean, now we do still, since this line, and we've talked about this several times, these supercells, they're like the lungs of Mother Nature. They breathe in, that's the inflow. They breathe out, that's the outflow. You get some of this rain-cooled air out ahead of it, and it becomes like a little mini cold front. And so we're watching for any additional development of some thunderstorms out ahead of this little line. And that can happen. So, we're also watching that. So just because the main line doesn't get to you in a couple hours, you still have to be weather aware for any little isolated storms that form out ahead of it. Hi, Remington. In El Dorado? No, nothing's happening in El Dorado. there's a chance we might get some thunderstorms later on tonight. But right now we're just mainly watching these storms up here on the Kansas side still. They're not in Missouri, but they are approaching areas that we have some friends and family in. So we're just kind of watching these. A lot of our members are commuting back from work around 7 to 8 o'clock. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on these storms and giving out information when we get it. But West Central Missouri, again, just for, Johnson, Pettis, Henry, Cass, and Bates, they put a severe thunderstorm watch out just in case any of these storms should happen to, maintain their intensity a little bit after dark. That could pose maybe a straight line wind or a large hail threat. But it's not very high right now for West Central Missouri. Yeah, Topeka has always been right in the heart of course, heart of Tornado Alley. Topeka is kind of in that favorable zone to see a ton of severe weather. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Storm Prediction Center. They do have a new mesoscale discussion. This is when the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, they get together and they out ahead of any watches, out ahead of any warnings. A lot of times they have a discussion talking about what they might do, what they could do as far as watches go in the area, how the storms are reacting to the atmosphere. So we can get a lot of information whenever they do issue a mesoscale discussion. So, and we can just, we can read this together and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here since we have a minute. So this is what they call the mesoscale discussion. And each one of these little boxes right here represent a separate discussion talking about the current watch, what the storms are doing, what they feel that the storms are going to do, that sort of thing. So it's great for nowcasting. I've mentioned that several times about nowcasting. Especially when we have setups like we've had here over the last week. There's going to be some severe weather. How long the severe weather lasts, how it reacts to the atmosphere. There's only so much data that you can pull off of a weather balloon that the National Weather Service office releases. That it's really, you pretty much got to make your forecasts on the go. So that's where these make very, very handy to watch. So let me get it to where everybody can see the whole page here. We'll take a look at the tornado watch out here. So this is a tornado watch that includes parts of the KC Metro in eastern Kansas. And this was actually issued at 5:30, so we're about an hour and a half out of this. They pretty much discussed southern influence of the northern plains shortwave appear to affecting northeast Kansas and to northwest Missouri early this evening. So they're talking about that the wind shear is very high associated with these thunderstorms that develop. But that was about 5:30. It expires in about 2 minutes. We could go to another one, which is probably going to be this one right here. This was 6:47, so they're pretty much just talking about what the severe threat is. They're in this severe thunderstorm watch down here in Oklahoma, parts of Texas. they're pretty much saying that the severe threat continues in this area. So, these are all great discussions that really helps out forecasters kind of see what these storms are going to do from a group of professionals down at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman. So nothing pertaining to our area is highlighted in their latest discussions. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as the evening goes as well. So they continued. It is still radar indicated. They continued the tornado warning. Let's take a listen here. Southern Jefferson County, northwestern Douglas County. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Lecompton, moving east at 30. So Lawrence, Perry, Lecompton, and Williamstown are under this warning. So those at the University of Kansas right now, they are taking shelter at the KU campus right now until the all clear is signaled. I am going to text a couple friends of mine, make sure that I am sure things are kind of going crazy up that direction at Lawrence, but just sent a text over to a friend that is attending University of Kansas. It's kind of hard for me to even say that, being a guy that went to the University of Missouri. It's kind of hard for me to spit the University of Kansas out of my mouth, but does kind of look like the center of rotation is going to remain likely north of Lawrence, which is good news. Wow, look at that. So, this might just be radar indicated right now, but I'm going to tell you, that's about that couplet over Perry is just a second ago that's about as good as it gets. Let's put that into motion here real quick and I'll show you. Right about there. It does not get any better as far as a couplet goes than what you're seeing right there. That is, if it's not on the ground, they've got a heck of a wall cloud going right now. And even there, we've got, let's take a look at the shear associated with this. So we've got 87.82 miles per hour going away or going towards the radar, and looked like about that was going toward the radar. 83.35 miles per hour toward the radar, and about 15, 16, 13 miles per hour away from the radar. So that gives us about 100 mile per hour of gate-to-gate wind shear right here, in which just over Perry, I'd say we were probably at 130, 140 mile per hour gate to gate. So very strong indication that we may have a tornado on the ground here, but right now it is strictly radar indicated according to the National Weather Service. Let's take a look at the base velocity. This is a little closer to the ground. And we do have rotation on base velocity as well. And on storm relative velocity. So it looks like this is on the north side of Lawrence. Along highway or Interstate 24 north of Lawrence, on the north side of Lawrence. It is moving northeast at the last juncture. Let's see here, east-southeast actually, east-southeast, so a little bit of a right turner right now. He has a, let's see if we have any. I'm going to jump screens here real quick. Let's see if we have any storm chasers out there. Maybe get a better idea of where this is at. I'm going to put this on split screen here real quick. I know a lot of people don't like to use this. They don't like that. But yeah, there's your center of rotation. Right there. Right over Interstate 29 right now. We're going to take a look at CC. And what CC allows us, correlation coefficient, allows us to detect any type of debris associated with it. Looks like it is moved just a little bit to the north, maybe. Not really seeing much of the way of any abnormalities here. If this was a little bit, well, it looks like we might have a confirmation. Yeah, we do. We have a confirmed rain-wrapped tornado from the emergency manager in Williamstown, Kansas. So that is to the north of Lawrence, north of I-70, along I-24. That's along I-24. It'll be approaching Midland. And looks like just to the north of I-70, just north of Lawrence right now. So, and out ahead of this, we do have several severe thunderstorm warnings. Before I jump over there, I want to take a look here. just on the southwest side of Lawrence. Right here. I want to see what that looks like on reflectivity. Could have a little bit of rotation right here along, really about at the intersection of Interstate 40 and 59, just south of Lawrence. Kind of keep an eye on that here. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag with 2.5-inch hail that expires in 36 minutes. And that is going to be for Wyandotte County and northeast Kansas. That includes Eustis, Leavenworth County, northern Johnson County and east central Kansas, and southern Platte County in west central Missouri. So there does not include the town of Smithville. But if this continues to push off to the east, they're watching for maybe some large hail on the northern part of this cell that may affect parts of Leavenworth, Platte City, and along I-435. They've kind of divided up those boxes, kind of funny. Let me take a look here and see what they got going on here. So we still have kind of two areas of rotation. One on the north side and one on the south side of Lawrence right now. So we do have a confirmation of a rain-wrapped tornado along Interstate 24, north of I-70, north side of Lawrence. We also kind of watching this little area of rotation down here along Interstate 40, where 40 and 59 intersect. Kind of watching that little area. There is some evidence of some rotation. So hopefully everybody in Lawrence, including the University of Kansas, hopefully they are in their safe spot on campus. They do a very, very good job. Their emergency management, I have actually spoken with on campus. They have their they're on top of the game. So if you have kids that are going to University of Kansas, know that they take this very seriously. So I'm sure the kids are in their safe spot right now. And very large hail associated with a lot of these storms as well. We're going to go ahead and go back to regular radar, see what's going on out there right now. Do have a couple little isolated thunderstorms kind of out ahead of these. We'll kind of watch. One is kind of south west of Olathe, another one near Ottawa. Kind of watching these. We'll continue to watch for any little development of thunderstorms that might be out ahead of this line that might make it across the state line into west central Missouri. But right now all is good right now in west central Missouri. And again, these things are moving very, very slowly as expected. So regardless, we're not expecting any thunderstorms here in west central Missouri until earliest maybe 9, but more likely between the 10 and midnight time frame. Hey, Steppy. Make sure you tell your hubby Stubby's doing good too. I checked on him just a little bit ago. Okay, so they did change that over to an observed tornado warning. Obviously, emergency management. Did see a rain wrapped tornado on the ground. This is north of Lawrence, just north of I 70. So if you guys are just tuning in, a couple things we're doing. We have some friends and family out here that have kids going to University of KU. And we also have some commuters that are coming back from work between the 7 and 8 o'clock time frame from Leavenworth, Olathe, Gardner. So we're kind of keeping an eye out on that. As far as West Central Missouri, this little front, but it's the dry line, what I call it, is going to be moving southeast. We are expecting to see a couple thunderstorms tonight. We're not expecting them to be severe. There is a severe thunderstorm watch out for some of the counties, the northern counties here, the Cass, Bates, Henry, Pettis, and Johnson on the Missouri side, just in case any of these cells should happen to come across the border and still maybe pose a strong wind, large hail risk for a very brief moment. So these are expected to diminish in intensity after sunset tonight. So we're just kind of waiting around. There's nothing up here really in northwest Missouri. It's pretty quiet right now, with the exception of Maryville, and that's kind of a gimme. They've been under the gun for the last 4 days now up at Maryville, up in far northwest Missouri. But the strongest cell right now by far is this one that is just north of Lawrence right now. It does have an observed tornado tag. Emergency management reported a rain wrapped tornado on the ground just north of I 70 along Interstate 24. So we're kind of keeping a close eye on this right now. South side of Lawrence. Yeah, and they're not necessarily underneath the tornado warning right now, but let's take a look at velocity again. We were watching a little area of rotation down here on the south side of Lawrence. Right in here. So a little suspect. It is pretty broad, but under the circumstances, I think they're kind of playing safe than sorry. They did put another severe thunderstorm warning out for them. Does not have a tornado tag, possible tag on this. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I had a phone call. Had a friend that is heading to Arizona and didn't know if this would be a good time to be heading across. Kansas or Oklahoma right now. So we definitely didn't want her to get out there on the roads tonight. At least not while we got all of these thunderstorms around the area. So the tornado warning has been lifted, which is good news. That is good news. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning for another 22 minutes. It does have a tornado possible tag on it. And if you guys remember from the other night, that the National Weather Service will put this tag on these severe thunderstorm warnings if the cell has a history of producing tornadoes. If there's enough ingredients, enough spin in the atmosphere to possibly produce another one. It could be recycling, or it could be weakening, but kind of saved their butt. They put a tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. So right now, if you're in, Overland Park, Shawnee, Kansas City, Kansas, Platte County, does not include Smithville right now. This thing is moving so very slowly. Right now, it looks like about east at about 29 miles per hour. So you still have quite a bit of time left over here. But if this continues, I always tell everybody that you kind of treat this type of this type of severe thunderstorm warning as a tornado warning, mainly because there is a tornado possible tag on it. So why not just go ahead, go down to your basement, go to the center part of your house, just kick back, read a book, let it pass, and you're protected. So we done that over the weekend, if you guys remember, down here in Bates County and Henry County. So luckily, the tornado did not produce a whole lot of damage, but it did do some damage. So things could have been worse, but hopefully everybody had ample amount of time to be able to seek cover. So that's another reason why we do Subby's Weather Talk, to try to help maybe give a little bit of advance warning of some severe storms in your area. So and again, West Central Missouri, there's not much happening here, guys. We are mainly live because of these stronger storms over here in eastern Kansas, getting ready to affect parts of western Missouri and west central Missouri. So, and again, we're not expecting to see much of the way of severe weather here in west central Missouri. These will likely begin to weaken as the evening wears on and we lose the heat of the day. But we're going to keep an eye on them. That's what we do. Keep an eye on these cells. Should you put your shoes on? You need to change your underwear. You know what Mama always says. You get storms, you put shoes on and change your underwear. Make sure you got clean underwear on. So that's my recommendation for you, Val. Let's take a look at, let me turn the storm chase. Let's see here. We probably have got, right now there is no storm chasers, with the exception of that I see that are actually out there, except Reed Timmer. I don't see, it looks like most of them are going to be down here with the southern storms. see if I can bring up. And I was still trying to figure out possibly how to turn on closed captioning, but that is something. If you're still listening, I will work on that and see what I can do to get closed captioning. A lot of times you can do it yourself. Down at the bottom of a video, so Caldwell limiting the line. One question: I do not know if Livingston line. No, there's nothing there. We still have a strong sell up here east of Maryville. We do have some members that live up here in between Trenton and Chillicothe, and something came across chat talking about this area right here. So I just want to make sure that there's nothing on radar up there right now. See what we got here. See if I've got display 2 going here and see where that's at. So over on the left side of your screen right now, you can see that is the live look at Reed Timmer. He is actually going through Lawrence, Kansas right now. Looks like a bunch of heavy rain. Lawrence has been kind of released. The city has of any warnings right now in Lawrence. So if you have a student in that's attending that college there in Lawrence, I forgot the name of it. It's such a small, really unrecognized school. I think they call it University of Kansas. But just know that there is no warnings currently for the University of Kansas right now. So that's good news. Like the cell, it will be going over Linwood, DeSoto, just passed through Tonganoxie, and we'll be heading over toward Edwardsville and along I-70. Jordan, there right now there is not a tornado warned storm anywhere around there, buddy. All tornado warnings have been allowed to expire. No need to worry about that. Right now, we're keeping a watch on this cell out here. So again, West Central Missouri. Just in case you're joining us, we're watching a cell up here that will be moving into the Kansas City area and Jackson County, Wyandotte County. It's had a history of producing tornado, very large hail. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out right now for it, with a tornado possible tag. The tornado has lifted. I'm not 100% sure right now if it will recycle. To me, right now, it looks like that the cell is beginning to weaken considerably. So, not as many lightning strikes, not as much hail associated with it. So, we'll see if that trend continues as it makes its way toward the state line. So just kind of going through National Weather Service chat right now. Hey, Freedom Farm. Man, you know it. You gotta love this weather. We're just on the left side of the screen there. We're just watching. We are now watching Connor Groff. He is down. Looks like he's down south right now, chasing a thunderstorm. We're gonna go ahead and. Go ahead and let that go for now. Doesn't look like they're under anything that's anything cool right now. Uh, 169 and view to the north. Let's see here. That is Gentry and Worth County. Gentry and Worth County. So they've got a nice, they do have a nice wall cloud up here, way up to the north. Gentry and Worth County up here. Just seeing a real nice picture. We probably got some good velocity. It's kind of getting far away from the radar. They do have a wall cloud up here to the north. Matter of fact, that's where all of our chasers are at right now. That's Brandon Kopic, and then his sidekick. Let's go to Brandon. And I know for a fact this is up here in horrible cell service up here. So they're currently, and this is up in Gentry County, up in North Missouri right now. So this is not anything down here, West Central Missouri or Western Missouri. This is up in Northern Missouri in Gentry County. And Storm Chaser Corey Gherkin is actually out there filming this, which kind of looks like this could be possibly a rain wrapped. It is not under a tornado warning right now. But this is why it's so scary to be a storm chaser. You know, it's not tornado warned. And if you drive into that wall of rain, you just can't see. You don't know what's inside that curtain of rain. So that's why it's so dangerous to be a storm chaser if you do not know what is going on. All right, so they have extended the severe thunderstorm warning. It does not have that tornado tag on it now, so that's good news. So the rotation has lessened a lot, so that's good news. Let's read what it says. So severe thunderstorm warning for Wyandotte, southern Leavenworth, Johnson County, and East Central Kansas, western Clay, southeastern Platte, and western Jackson County in West Central Missouri. Severe thunderstorm located along the line from Lansing to Endura, moving east at 40, 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter size hail has been reported by the public. So, of course, Kansas City, Overland Park, Olathe, Independence, Shawnee, Lenexa, Leawood, Liberty, Gladstone, Grandview, Gardner, Lansing, Mission, Smithville, Bonner Springs, DeSoto, Parkville, and Toccognocsie are included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Green Valley has a little isolated thunderstorm going across I-70 right now out ahead of this line. Looks like Cass County is picking up a couple little showers along I-49 up around Belton and over on the Kansas side right now. So this line continues to move off to the east-southeast and probably be affecting some of West Central Missouri here over the next couple hours. But and again, once we lose that heat of the day, we're not expecting this line to recycle. We're just kind of watching this stronger cell up here just to the west of Kansas City as it makes its way into Kansas City right around the 8 o'clock time frame. So it's 1942 right now, so expected to be there right around 2000. Been seeing some lightning in Garden City. Yeah, you're probably seeing some of these. You're probably seeing some of these cells out here to your northwest. It's northwest of Harrisonville right now. Some little thunderstorms out here. Answering a few questions here. Hi, Samantha. Commercial buildings that happen to be all glass. Well, yeah, there's definitely certain situations that's not a very good situation to be in, probably. But no, and again, I am not expecting these cells to, you know, gain in strength. If anything, they will continue to weaken a little bit. Once the sun goes down, we lose the heat of the day. I'm already back down about 7 degrees from what it was about an hour ago. So we are losing that daytime heating, kind of losing the fuel for the fire. These storms are actually outpacing the dry line just a little bit. So once they get a little bit further away, they start to lose their punch. So right now we're just kind of watching this cell up here that looks like he'll be going into Wyandotte County, Jackson County, here in Missouri. And then, of course, we're watching any of these storms down here a little further to the south that will be coming into Cass and Bates County. Right now, they are not showing any signs of strengthening right now. So, and we're not expecting much of the way of severe storms out of this tonight. The biggest threat was getting underneath the thunderstorm that's going to produce another half inch of rainfall that we do not need here in west central Missouri. So we love the rain. Hadn't seen ponds full in years. So we needed the rain, but maybe not quite 10 inches worth. You bet, Samantha. Hey, Tribby. You in the Berg tonight? No, I'm not going to feed your cat. So everything looked to be very broad rotations associated with this severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think there's nothing concerning about this, with the exception of some small hail and some gusty winds up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. But nothing really to worry about from a tornado perspective. The circulations and rotations seem to be very, very broad right now, so that's great news. As soon as they allow this severe thunderstorm warning to expire, even though it goes on for another 41 minutes, I don't know if they will keep that up. But when this is expired, I will say that will probably be the end of the stream for the night. I'm still going to be watching these cells as they come through, but and again, I'm not expecting much of the way of any severe weather here in West Central Missouri tonight. But as always, this time of year, you got to keep an eye on these storms. And again, guys, I'm just kind of going through answering some questions here. We're watching this cell up here, getting ready to come into the Missouri side. It's packing a pretty good punch. Torrential rain, some hail, some strong winds be coming into Overland Park, Kansas City, Wyandotte County. Right now, all of the circulations are very broad. This did actually put down a tornado north of Lawrence along Interstate 24. And so we was really keeping a close eye on that. Many of us have friends and relatives down in Lawrence. We have kids that are going to that university, whatever the name of it is, over there in Lawrence. I don't even want to say it. But right now it is showing signs that it is weakening a little bit. But we're keeping a close eye on this as it comes into Jackson County. We do have some kids over in Oak Grove from Clinton that's playing some baseball tonight. We have some people up in Lee Summit. So we're just kind of keeping a close eye on these cells as they move into the state of Missouri. Hey, Brandon. Raymore area. Well, right now you guys are probably getting some of this residual rain and a couple claps of thunder from the southern part of this storm, but it's moving more easterly. Right now, I'm not expecting any of these cells to to become severe that will move into west central Missouri. So we're keeping an eye on these just to make sure. But right now, this is the only severe thunderstorm warning we're kind of keeping an eye on moving into Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas City, Jackson County. But down around Raymore, everything is just looking good. Some more rain, which nobody needs right now, but nothing severe. You bet, Angie. MH, any severe weather expected for Clinton tonight? I am not expecting severe weather for west central Missouri. We're keeping a close eye on it. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of west central Missouri. Bates, Henry, Pettis, Johnson, and Cass on the Missouri side. But at the time they issued this severe thunderstorm watch, we had a very robust line of thunderstorms that were tracking from northwest Missouri all the way down and producing 2 or 3 tornado warnings. So they just wasn't sure how far east those storms were going to be, and I am looking for them to likely cancel the severe thunderstorm watch for our area. Probably here within the next hour or so. As soon as this cell moves in to the state of Missouri, and if it continues its weakening trend, I will say they'll go ahead and the southern tier of counties, they'll let them go. No problem, Brandon. Gary, never turned down rain. Man, I never thought I would hear farmers come into the store today, and it's been a long time since I've heard them say, "Man, Subby, you gonna make this rain stop?" It's been a long time since I've heard that from a farmer. But the good news out of this is that the ponds are full. There were a lot of fields that were planted that were lost. But we've been dry for so long down here that we hate to see all that rain come at one time. But I think it's going to set us up for some success as we head into the late spring and summer months. You bet, MH. On the northern side, coming into Gladstone, Liberty, Smithville, you're just getting just some sprinkles up here. I'm not expecting anything more for you from this cell. Gladstone, Lake Como, got a few members that are working up there at the plant. Looks like maybe a little bit of hell over near Victory Hills on Coronado Boulevard, just north of I-70. And then the strongest part of this cell is coming into Lenexa and Overland Park and Shawnee. And again, some small hail, and I'm not seeing, they're not quite as tall either. Let's take a look at, well, yeah, they're not quite. Look at these cells up here in North Missouri, just to the east of Maryville. Man, those are some tall top clouds and hail producers up there. But really, all of these cells here are low topped just run-of-the-mill garden variety thunderstorms. So that's good news. We just got to watch this one cell right here. Right now, it doesn't look like it's producing any hail at all. So it's definitely signs that it continues to weaken. It does look like the measured a 56 mile per hour wind gust at 99th and Leavenworth Road in Kansas City, Kansas. And that was about 8 minutes ago. And looks like that's about all the updates from the National Weather Service right now. So, it's very useful too, Jordan. You go into the, and I won't get into the volumetrics. The volumetrics, which is this right here, we can actually see inside of a cell and be able to see the rotation. It's pretty neat too. And I've got that up on a laptop. So, but yeah, the 3D view really be able to let us know how tall the clouds are, where the hail is, and of course, if let's take a look at these cells up here since we have a minute. These cells up here near Bethany, Albany, Ridgeway, these are monsters up here. If we change that over to 3D look, now what we're going to be able to do is we can take and go right on top of that hail core, and we can zoom right in on top of that hail core. And we'll know exactly who is receiving that hail. So that became very beneficial last weekend when we were looking at rotation. We were looking at the hail. It kind of pinpoints exactly where that hail is at. Let's see if any of these guys have a good look on a storm. Very tough to get a good reception up here in northern Missouri. Let's try Corey. I think so, Emily. Warsaw, most of west central Missouri right now is just, we're just going to pick up some rain, moderate rain showers, maybe a clap of thunder. Right now, it's not looking impressive. Corey Gherkin has got a great view right now of that cell up there in northern Missouri. It is not tornado warned right now, but they are following a wall cloud. And again, this is up in northern Missouri. Looking off to the west. That's a great view of that storm up there. Beautiful photo. This is Vince. Good old Vince. Always know he's going to be out. Boy, he's got a good view. So he's watching this area right here. So this is a great picture of a supercell. So you got your rain-free base right here, right where my cursor is at. You have your rain-free base. Oh man, Vince, why'd you change? Go back, go back. Subby's trying to explain something. But we had the rain-free base that he's focusing on, and that's just on the outside of the updraft, and that's where you would normally see a wall cloud, funnel cloud, tornado will come out of that section of the storm. There he is. So here's your rain-free base. Here's your updraft.
The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch.
And here is when the updraft can't support the rain on this side of the supercell. All the rain and the hail falls. And then you watch this area right here for the formation of a wall cloud and or a funnel cloud tornado will likely be on this side right here. You've got this supercell that's feeding in warm moist air into it. Oh, almost got through it. Looks like he's going to back off, not seeing what he likes right there. But what a great view. Great view of a monster supercell up here in northern Missouri. All right, so this cell down here is it's really starting to weaken. Up here in Kansas City, Wyandotte County, looks like you just got some rain showers, Gladstone rain showers, a couple claps of thunder, and this cell is just really beginning to fall apart now that the sun is set and kind of losing the heat of the day. We've got a couple thunderstorms coming into Bates County. I'm sorry, that's Cass County right now. Just a couple lightning bolts here we can see, but very weak, very weak. Man, not expecting these to grow in intensity. Let's put this in motion here over the last few minutes. So you see these down here, they're starting to break up a little bit. So Oak Grove. Let me jump up here to Oak Grove here real quick. So Oak Grove, right along I-70, they've had a little shower go through. I know Clinton Cardinals baseball is up there in Oak Grove. Go Cardinals. They might have had a little bit of a rain delay, maybe trying to finishing up the game. Matter of fact, I don't even think the game even starts till 8 o'clock, if I remember correctly. So it's just now kind of getting going up there. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get that game in or not before a few more showers come across Oak Grove. But right now, not expecting anything severe to carry over into the rest of Jackson County and Green Valley, Oak Grove, Lee Summit. This cell here continues to weaken a little bit. So Well, we're going to stay on here at least until they release this severe thunderstorm warning up here for the Kansas City area, including Wyandotte and Jackson County, Missouri, and Platte County. Excuse me. Take a look at chat, see if we're seeing anything good on that. Looks like they're Leavenworth, Kansas, Platte County, severe thunderstorm warning canceled. They do have a all Leavenworth, 1 point. That's all up north. But yeah, looked like the main threat is up here, of course, in northern Missouri. They're getting pounded by some strong storms up here. Large hail. They've had some damaging wind gusts so far, so So again, we're going to kind of stay on, and at least until this severe thunderstorm warning is allowed to expire. At that point in time, I will likely go ahead and end the stream, and kind of keep an eye on these storms down here. And again, you might get up underneath of a stronger thunderstorm, maybe some pea-sized hail, or maybe a little gusty wind, 30, 40 mile an hour. But we're not expecting any severe weather here in west central Missouri. We're just kind of keeping an eye out on these little storms that are moving through Cass County. Some showers coming into Bates County as well. They've pretty much canceled this chunk of the tornado watch as well. So trends are looking good. These cells are starting to weaken a little bit as they come into Cass County too. So all right, not a whole lot of new information. Kind of checked out a few things. And again, the bulk of activity is happening up here in northern Missouri. Up in Gentry and Worth counties. Very large hail. and we have a weakening severe thunderstorm warning that's still in effect for parts of Jackson County, Wyandotte County. But, and again, these are looking to be in a weakening stage right now. I think so, MH. And that's what I'm kind of looking here at the National Weather Service chat, just to see if let me throw out a message here. So I just threw a message out there. Yeah, it's really poofed out. Right now we've got some rain and a couple claps of thunder here in in Cass County. I just threw out a feeler out there to see if they think that we would see a cancellation of the severe thunderstorm watch for west central Missouri down here. We'll kind of wait and see what they say. My current thinking is they'll likely allow this to expire because it's they've got it till midnight tonight. So thanks, MH. I appreciate that. So they did say that they're going to give it a little bit more time. They're going to go ahead and allow the front to pass before they start releasing these counties. So we'll probably have to wait till this little line right here moves through, and once that happens, then they'll likely cancel it. So we probably I would say probably at least before 10 o'clock they're going to cancel it. So they just want to give it a little bit more time, make sure that these don't catch on to a piece of energy and kind of blow up, which that's good. Always play safe than sorry. Hi, Rick. I think we'll get a few thunderstorms. But the way it's looking, we wasn't expecting any severe thunderstorms tonight. Um, maybe a strong one or two, but the way radar is looking right now, I think just some. There's probably going to be several areas here in West Central Missouri that don't even get a drop of rain. So we may get a couple thunder showers tonight, but the way it's looking right now, the trends. And we lost the heat of the day. The sun is down. So I just don't think we're going to see much of the way of any kind of severe threat tonight. Oh, looks like the Royals are winning 4-1 over the Blue Jays. Almost the end of the game, but then coming up to the bottom of the ninth. So that's good news if you are a Kansas City Royals fan. They're playing some pretty good ball this year. Hi, Emily. I think I answered your question. I do think I don't think Warsaw is going to get any threatening weather tonight at all. All right, so they have went ahead and allowed that severe thunderstorm warning up here for Jackson County, including and over Wyandotte County, over Overland Park, Shawnee, Lee Summit. All this area has been cleared of the severe thunderstorm warning. So right now, here in the area, we are in condition green. We have no warnings on the table. Not expecting any more warning tonight. We'll kind of see what this cell does up here as it gets into the state of Missouri across the state line. But this thing continues to show signs of weakening. So right now we just expect some rain, maybe some thunder showers here in West Central Missouri. If by any chance any of these cells should happen to strengthen, and there is a warning, then I will definitely be back on live stream tonight, and we'll follow those cells through West Central Missouri. These counties, Pettis, Johnson, Cass, Bates, and Henry, right now is still under a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. But when the front that is sitting right here right now, as soon as that passes through and this line of storms comes through our area, we will likely see that watch expire a little sooner than midnight. So I'll keep an eye on things, and of course, if anything comes up, I will most definitely jump back on here and give you guys all the updated information. We do have another chance to see some severe storms again tomorrow. This is going to be kind of an ongoing deal here. So, this is going to be something where, we're going to be keeping a close eye on. Actually, I'll bring that over here real quick before I let you guys go. We're going to be in a marginal risk again. So, with the potential to see a slight risk right down through west central Missouri. Now, that was for today. Let me go back here. See how that little sliver comes down here? That was for today. That's the reason why they put that severe thunderstorm watch out, was along the leading edge of that front. So we can pretty much rule today out. Then we go to tomorrow, where we will be in a marginal risk to see some severe thunderstorms. Now, out here in central Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, they have an enhanced risk. That's where we'll probably see the strongest of the storms tomorrow. And then we'll be watching for day 3. And this is going to be Thursday. Now, right now, it has a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms. Now, what I look at also is a model that uses some AI, artificial intelligence. It plugs in a tons of number into it. And let's just take a look and see what it is showing. So let's see here. Let's go to day 3. So day 3 is showing kind of a heightened risk here in west central Missouri. So, we'll be keeping a close eye. Right now we're in a marginal risk. We'll see what tomorrow evolves, and how these storms tonight will play a part of that. And we may be looking at more of a slight risk for Thursday. But of course, I will be down working at the emergency management office and have access to be watching this very closely as we go toward Thursday. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we don't have any warnings right now from Kansas City all the way down to Nevada. We are in condition green. There are no warnings out there for us right now, and it's looking like we probably will not have any more through the rest of the night. But I will be keeping my eyes on this, and we'll jump back on live if any cells should happen to gain a little bit of strength. You guys have a great evening, and I'll be talking to you all very soon.